name's Cody Timkiv. I'm 16 and I play scrum half for Birchgrove. To play professionally, I've always wanted to as a kid, so it's just something I'd love to do. I want to probably be the best in the world. That is the dream. In the under-15s, I got selected to play for Swansea schoolboys, and then I was lucky enough then myself to make the under-16s Ospreys, and then I got called up then for the 18s luckily, and I played the first block or rag, which was good.
I was out the garden. I was doing something out the garden, and he had the text of the Ospreys. Would you like to come play for the 18s? He come running up the garden like, Dad, look at this. So, we'll text him back and go have a chat with him like. So he rang him. He said, look, would you like to come back, play for the Ospreys Under-18s? He said yes, right, but we need you to go to the Cardiff Vale this afternoon. So he had to go up then for Welsh testing, wasn't it? Yeah. Regional age grade testing. So it was like, drop everything. Up we went. And yeah, we went in there. How long were we in there then? 6 weeks, 8-week programme or something. The block was, wasn't it? Yeah. And you done quite well as well, in fairness. You played in it, you had your debut at what, 15 you were, weren't you, when you played that festival? So, played the Ospreys Under-18s at 15, like, I could not be any more proud, mate, honestly. I mean, the Ospreys, they're like the most successful team in Wales, and all of a sudden they're up for the axe, like. But it did cast a very, like, bleak shadow, I suppose, over his future, because when that news came out, he was playing for them. You were in the 18s then, weren't you? Yeah. You know, where do we go from here? Do you mean? And I know there has been a lot of boys in the same position as him who've been given contracts and things, had them all rescinded. You know, their future now, it looks bleak. I think a lot of it probably does come down to funding. Do you mean? Like, there's things we need to do here. Get the field sorted, you know? I don't know. They need to invest more in the local rugby clubs, the WRU do, to be honest. But the same breath, where's that money going to come from? You know, they can't print it, can they? Where's it going to come from? It's got to come from ticket sales and games and everything else. There's definitely more opportunities currently over the bridge for youngsters like Cody. But it's, you know, it's a shame that there is. Like down here, you got 4 or 5 colleges just feeding the Ospreys. Up in Harbury, it's the other way around. You got Harbury feeds Harbury RFC, Gloucester, Bath, Bristol Bears. So it's the complete reverse. You know, one kid, I've got 3 times more chances of getting a career, professional career, up there than down here. And we have got more of a rugby community, right? The clubs up there, a lot of them, they're 100 miles apart and things. You only got one shot at life, haven't you? And you know, there's a time in your life to be selfish, and it's when you're young. It's before you've got family commitments, you know, mortgages and whatever else. You get one shot, you know, and I'll back you all the way, go for it. Told you that. If it doesn't work out, you just play rugby on a Sunday with your mates or whatever on a Saturday for Birch, whatever, and then get a job. Same as the rest of us. Join the rat race. Do you know what I mean?
I'm Adrian Taylor. I'm a coach here at Birchgrove Youth. One of my sons played rugby for Birchgrove from the age of 7 years old, and I got involved then as a coach about 7 or 8 years ago. A few of our boys who were fortunate to represent the Ospreys at under-16, and that was a massive thing for us. You know, the first time that our players from our junior section to represent the region, it made us really proud to achieve that. You know, we just local people, local coaches from the area. To have that achievement was massive for us. It's been a continuous story for the last 12 to 18 months really. You know, last year, first of all, the WRU said, we're going to stick with 4 regions, we've got enough money to stick with 4. Then a few months later they came out and said, oh, we haven't got enough money, it's going to have to be 2 regions. And then they did a consultation and a review, and then they finally decided, oh, we're going to settle on 3 regions. So in the space of about 4 to 5 months, they've changed their mind from sticking with 4 to 2 to 3. So it's been very, very up and down. It's not been clear. The communication has been the best from the WRU. So it's been like an ongoing soap opera, to be honest, with the narrative changing and the story changing every few weeks. So it's been very difficult to understand and manage, and you know, we're trying to help players on their journey, ultimately for them to play for Wales. So it's been difficult to communicate that from a coach's point of view, to get that across. Where a player is going to go, you know, if a player is good enough to play at an age grade for a region or for their country, then realistically where they're going to go, well, maybe Scarlets, maybe Cardiff, maybe Newport, maybe there is the kind of loyalty thing that prevent them from doing that. So there is the risk then that they're going to go over the bridge to England and play for one of the colleges there, like Hartbury College or something like that. And then once you're in that system, you're kind of in the England academy system, and you get noticed and scouted and picked up by them. We've spoken to Cody, and he's at the critical age now where he's 16 going on 17. He's looking to play for the under-18s, Wales Under-18s, and to get there you'd need to play for a region first, for the Ospreys region. Well, that may not exist this time next year. So where does he then go play his under-18 rugby? There's a big hole there, there's a big gap, and it's not clear for any of these players. And the ages underneath it, you know, your under-16s, your under-15s, they just don't know where they're going to play their rugby to. That's the big question mark, the big uncertainty. From a rugby fan's point of view, and I am an Ospreys fan, I've had a season ticket for a number of years, gone down to the Liberty Stadium, the Swansea Stadium to watch them, even been over to Bridgend to watch them as well. How would I feel? Would my support go elsewhere? No, it wouldn't. I wouldn't go and watch another region. You know, I'm very loyal to the Ospreys. Come to the clubs, come and talk to us. Talk to the people who are doing the coaching, who run the clubs, get their opinions. I know they did a consultation, they said they had 6,000 responses on it. I responded to it. I pretty much said in that consultation what I've said to you today. But you know, they came out with and said, oh no, there was overwhelming support for us to go to the 3 regions. Was there? We've never seen the results of that survey. They've never published the results of the consultation, not at all. But you speak to people in the clubs, speak to people in Birchgrove. You know, we play games every week, we go to a different side every week, and this is the topic of conversation in the Ospreys area. And everyone says the same thing. It's the wrong thing they are doing.